Today is Tuesday, July 12th, 2022, and this is a meeting of the Finance Committee. We have 6 members, and so I'm on my phone, so I'll have to scroll through different screens, but I'll try to call out the people who are here.
All right.
Joe Parker.
Here.
Paula.
Here.
Zach.
Here.
Steve.
Here.
Cody.
Here.
And I too am here. That is 6, and that is a quorum.
All right. Great.
So go ahead, Mike.
All right. I'm going to share my screen. All right. So right now, the current balance of the reserve fund is $92,400. If we approve the reserve fund requests for tonight, we'll end the year with a balance of $27,545. And I can go over the list that I have on the screen and tell you. First is data processing, looking for $12,555. The current balance in the account is $4,555. A couple issues with data processing was that there was a mandate for the police department to do an audit of their criminal justice system, the software and the hardware. That ended up costing $4,415.39. And also increase in the Dropbox for more users, $4,896. Those were 2 of the major items involved in that. Legal services, the request is for $26,000. Where the last few years we've kept our budget low in legal services, just something we don't anticipate or don't know what's going to come about. We did have a couple cases this year, legal cases that I think I provided you with some of the information on that earlier. And also some negotiation on HCA. So there was some added expense this year. The next request is for $15,300, and that is for fuel because of the increase that obviously none of us anticipated it skyrocketing as much as it did. So that balance in that account right now is a negative $8,534.15. The next request is under miscellaneous, and this is in the insurance accounts. So this is looking for $5,000, and the current balance in that account now is $5,215.17. One of the things we're never sure of what it's going to be is the Medicaid reimbursement for special needs students in the schools. So we pay UMass for collecting that for us, and their fee is based on the percentage of what comes in. That's one item. And also we had a couple engine on duty co-pays, police and fire. And the last one is the streetlight account, looking for $6,000. The current balance is $4,266.38. We own our own streetlights now, so when National Grid replaces poles, we have to move our streetlights. So that was an added expense this year. They were putting up some new poles, and we had to relocate our poles. So that's the main reason for that expense.
All right. Any
answer-
questions? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
Nope. I just gonna say I can answer questions on those. And if anyone has any.
Okay. Anybody?
Yeah, Michael, just real quick, how did
Yeah.
the audit for the police turn out?
I do not know. I haven't received that, Steve.
Okay, and just curious, Dropbox. What do we use the Dropbox for that we had to increase the members or the numbers?
Yep. So one thing I can tell you is when we saw what the cost of paper is going to be next year, we instead of having paper for the select board members at their meetings next year, we've purchased iPads for them, tablets, and so everything will be in Dropbox rather than be printing everything out. And I don't know if Charlene can explain any others besides that.
So was this cost for the iPads or for the Dropbox or both?
For both.
Okay, and between those two is a total of $4,000.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yep.
Any other questions?
Madam Vice Chair, I have a question. Mike,
Alright.
thank you. Mike, can you clarify a little bit? So these are FY22, I'm trying to remember
Yes.
this. I know this happens every year. These are FY22 expenses that were not anticipated, that went over budget.
Correct.
Now
That's
for
right.
the legal services, why would we transfer 26,000?
Because we still have encumbered our June and our May invoices, but we haven't paid them yet.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Madam Chair,
Go ahead, Zach.
right, just a technical question. Fiscal year ended June 30th, correct?
Correct.
So at that time, wouldn't the remaining 92,000 automatically go back into the general fund? Or what is the limit on the FinCom reserve? Because we reauthorized, I believe, another 150,000 that's in effect now.
Mm-hmm. James, you can explain that.
I got disconnected when he started.
So
question.
the question is, James, the year end closes on June 30th. Why doesn't the Finance Committee Reserve Fund close out on June 30th?
It does. Everything closes out on June 30th, but we are allowed to go until July 15th to make transfers. The state allows us to, obviously, not all of the invoices come in before June 30th. We're still receiving invoices that are dated end of June. So we have until July 15th to encumber those, and we pay those all the way up through August, September. But July 15th is the date that the transfer must be made in order to be legal, the budget transfer.
Thank you. Glad we got a quorum tonight then, huh?
Yes. Otherwise, you would have had to meet Friday. And when there's no more questions, Bonnie, if you just want to vote the reserve fund transfers as presented, you wouldn't have to vote each one individually.
I am A-okay with that as long as that does the job. Are there any further questions? I know Amy is about to join us, so maybe we can wait a minute for her. But any further questions for anyone that is currently on the call?
Madam Vice Chair, I have a quick question.
Sure, go ahead.
Mike, do you remember what our reserve funds went down to this time last year? I see that we had to transfer like 40,000 for legal fees last year, and I think we started with like 135,000. Do you know what we ended with last year? Just
Last year-
curious for comparison.
Yep, last year we ended with about 88,000. The year before 85,000, and the year before 6,350.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And to follow up on that, if I may, Madam Chair, was the amount to the FinCom reserve all those past years 150,000, or does my memory serve me well that it was only 100,000 previous to last year?
150,000 each of those years.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Madam Chair,
Yeah, go right ahead.
I'd just like to make a motion.
Okay. If all other discussion and questions are done, we can do that. I will entertain it.
I make a motion to, not hearing anything, I'm gonna assume everyone's good. I'll make a motion to transfer from the Finance Committee Reserve Fund to the following lines as listed. For a total of
I'll second that.
Okay, there it is. A motion for the page as is in the total amount of 92,400. I'll take a roll call vote. Amy,
Madam Chair, I think,
Isn't that the
total, isn't that the total of the fund? I think the
oh, I'm sorry, you're right.
I think the total of the transfers.
Is the total of the transfers there? No. So we just are for the amounts in the column next to the right-hand column are the amounts that are being transferred.
Yeah, so I total them at $4,855.
In the amount of $64,855. And now I will take a roll call vote. Joe,
Yes.
Paula,
Yes.
Zach,
Yes.
Eve,
Yes.
Amy,
Sure. Yes.
who has joined us. Thank you. At 6:55. Awesome. And I too am a yes. Oh, sorry. I too am a yes, in case you didn't hear that.
I'm also yes.
Sorry, Cody. I didn't get to your screen. My bad. So that is 7 yeses.
Bonnie,
Six, yeah, 7 yes.
can I just ask a question? Who seconded?
I believe it was Joe Parker.
Okay.
Yep.
That's all
So
I
I
have.
assume that is it. Does anyone else have any business to bring before the Finance Committee at this moment in time?
Sorry for my tardiness. Apparently, if we're going to change the time from 7 to 6:30, somebody needs to actually make that very clear to me, because I was all set at 7. But dinner was delicious, in case anyone's nervous about that.
Yeah, well, I'm starving, but that's
Me
fine.
too.
No, just kidding. All right. If there's no other business, the vice chair will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
That was Amy, and who seconded?
Steve.
Thank you, Steve. That'll do it then. If there is no discussion, I keep getting untapped. I'll take a roll call vote for adjourning. Joe,
Yes.
Paula,
Yes.
Zach,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Amy,
Yes.
Cody. Thank you, everybody.
Thank
We're
you.
good to go.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good summer.
You too.